Over the years in England, black hounds have been seen in cemeteries, outside churches, bridges, and even dark back roads. Today, we're going to dive into some of the possibilities of what it could be and also a little bit of history on black hounds through the years.
Crackheads, welcome back to another episode of the Crackin' Cans podcast. The podcast where we crack open a cold one and dive into the weird, the haunted, and the straight up cursed. I'm one half of your Crackin' Cans duo, BK Corey with an E.
Because you're extra.
Because I'm extra.
Yeah. That's what Kyle said.
Yeah, well, I got something for him soon.
I'm Mike with a C, and I'm just an innocent bystander in all this.
Mike with a C. We're ready to be fixing into another episode tonight.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of an origin on this episode.
A little bit of orgy on this episode.
Okay, where are you going there? We have done multiple episodes that have made the reference to people seeing a black dog in cemeteries, churches, roadways. It just seems so completely random. So I thought tonight I would just take that random, kick it out the window, and we're going to tell you why. Maybe. Partially.
And you know, I think every time that you made that reference to the black dog, I made the reference to a black dong. Because
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You get two of them tonight. Two dong reference. Black dong.
That doesn't count though, right?
That doesn't count. That one doesn't count, but you have two.
Two. Starting now.
Starting right now.
Boom, okay.
Yeah. I was actually going to make a poster board, and when you said it, I was going to rip one off and be like, that's the first.
All right. What happens if I accidentally say it a third?
I get to throw a snowball from our beer thing square at your forehead, and you have to have your eyes closed.
I want them open.
No, you got to have them closed so you don't know it's coming. So you don't flinch. You don't flinch, though.
I won't blink.
Oh, you'll blink.
All
I'm
right.
winding up like Randy Johnson on that forehead.
All right.
Yeah. So you got a snowball square to the forehead.
Okay.
All right.
I'll wear it.
All right. So before we get into the episode, let's take a word from our friends over. Oh, we don't have any friends.
No.
We don't have any friends or sponsors.
We have some friends of the cast.
We have some friends of the cast for sure.
Like,
for sure.
They're our friends, but we're not their friends.
Dude, how cool would that have been if I could just kick it over and they'd be like, Big Al's Toy Barn, the biggest toy dealer in the metropolis, the three-city region, tri-state, whatever it is, whatever.
Yeah.
Freaking Al. How cool would that be if Big Al?
Well, I'll get him on.
Big Al?
I'll try.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
I'll try to reach out to him yet.
He got eaten by a dinosaur in Jurassic Park, though.
Yeah, but Toy Story 2 came out after that, so he
True.
must have survived.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand how time works.
Me neither.
Is there a chance, though, that Toy Story took place, like, in the past? Because it seems like it's obviously not super far in the past. But it seems like it took place maybe 80s. Possibly.
I could say, I could probably give it late 80s.
But I guess
don't
not,
think
because
early.
in Toy Story 2, Rex is playing the video game, so that throws that out the window.
They had video games in the 80s.
Not like the ones he was playing, though, with Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, you're right.
That was definitely early 2000s.
Yeah,
With
so
that one. Yeah, so all right, that just threw that whole theory out the window. That was just a
Son
total
of a
waste of
bitch.
everybody's time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And you know what else is going to be a waste of your time? This entire episode, so get ready. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm kidding.
he's not.
I'm not. I have absolutely no idea. Spoiler alert, no idea what black dogs mean, but I'm just going to talk about dogs for approximately 4 hours.
Hey, what if I say what I can say twice, but I only say like part of the word? Does that still count?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm just trying to
make it count when you say it.
I'm just
Because if you say it and it sucks, it still
Okay.
counts.
all right.
Yep.
I'm just setting the parameters here just so I know what's allowed and not allowed.
Yes.
All right.
Yep, you get 2. You're already down to 1.
What?
You said dog weird earlier, so I counted it as a dog.
It's that Central PA accent. I can't help it.
It's just a Coreyism where words are just weird.
I don't know words.
All right. Let's get into
Let's
the
go.
beer skis.
What do we got? I know what we got.
You know what I got. All right, so today we're going back to our friends at Tired Hands, and this will be our third Tired Hands?
Yeah.
Alien Church, the one for Trans-Allegheny, which was something Hands, wasn't it?
Yeah. Tired Hands. That's the brewery.
That's the brewery.
Uh,
I don't know. Restless hand syndrome, I think. That's a real disease. It's just like legs. I get restless leg syndrome sometimes. I don't suffer from it all the time. I don't need to be medicated, but my legs are just moving. But
do your toes move too with it, or just your leg?
It's mostly just my leg, I would say.
So the toes are still flat.
I don't have restless toes syndrome.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That's weird.
I thought they were just.
When I sit on the couch, I'm a toe curler. My toes are always curled up under me. So like all my sneakers and stuff where the toes are, they're always like wallowed out up there for me always having my toes curled. My middle son does the same exact thing when he sits on the couch. It's a lot of fun until somebody steps on your foot when your toes are curled underneath there.
Yeah.
It feels like the end of every single one of your toes just blew out the top. It's horrible.
I got one of my toenails stuck on the couch the other day.
Gosh.
Yeah, it ripped like half of it off.
Barf,
Yeah, I know,
dude.
dude. I almost.
Yikes! I would have burned that couch to the ground right
I almost
then.
just cut the toe off.
You might as well just start over.
Grow a new one.
See if you can regenerate.
Yeah.
So we're at Tired Hands Brewing Company, and we've done them a couple times. So I won't get too much into the background. Hop Hands, dude. There's one right next to us. Hop Hands is the one we did. That's actually really funny. Totally forgot about that. So they have 4 different locations, kind of. So their fermentation or their fermatory, whatever you call a place where you ferment beer, and their general store is in Ardmore, Pennsylvania. Because I realized no other state does.
I think
this.
Georgia does. GA.
I don't know.
I see it a lot.
I see it, but I've never. I went to school down in Georgia, and they just say Georgia.
Well,
Go
I
dogs.
guess I'm
That's what they say.
I'm referencing like, a lot of country songs say GA instead of Georgia.
Okay.
So it's legit.
Yeah, but a lot of those are just they're players.
Yeah,
They're just playing the country crowd for everything they're worth.
So then it must be true if they're trying to play them.
Maybe.
Yeah.
They just got guys like you that fall for it. Down Georgia, they say GA, just like PA. Yeah. That's it.
Well,
it worked.
I'm going to look that shit up.
Go ahead.
My phone's used as a camera right now. So
anyways, they also have a location in Kennett Square. That's a Cans to Go and Tap Room. And they have 2 different locations within Philadelphia. One on Frankfurt Ave, that's a Cans to Go and Tap Room, and one in Germantown Ave, and that's a Cans to Go and beer garden there. So that's kind of cool. But that one open till the spring, in case you were wondering. So that's Tired Hands. And then as far as the brewski goes, today we have Death Tripper. So Death Tripper is an extra galaxy IPA, and it's back from a too long slumber, originally brewed way back at our humble brew cafe. Death Tripper is built on a hill of fluffy flakes. I like the way that sounds. Fluffy flakes and malted oats, and they just hit it with a quick touch of wheat. They hopped it, and they dry hopped it, and they probably did just hopped it again.
They hopscotched it then.
With the out of this world galaxy hop, which I think a galaxy hop is an Australian hop.
Does just from drinking this, does the galaxy hop, does it kind of give it like a? Because I know we've had some beers before, like the weed type beers.
To be honest with you, I haven't had any yet with my beer.
Well, I feel like it has like a
little bit of Kush taste to it.
A little, not like a lot, but I don't know if that's the galaxy or what.
Yeah, we're gonna look this son of a bitch up for a second. So typically, galaxy hops have strong notes of passion fruit, citrus, and peach. They're more of a tropical fruit characteristic to it. So might be something else within it. And this is what I thought was interesting. Not only is it brewed with galaxy hops and a small dose of Simcoe, it's also 6.66% APV. And you know what I have to say about that?
What's that mean? For the people that don't know.
Spooky.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
spooky.
The 3 6s together.
The 3 6s. Climax. That's the climax.
The climax down below.
Ooh, I don't know if we're that kind of show. We're not on OnlyFans, I don't think.
It might be.
Oh, you're talking about below Earth.
Yeah, Earth.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got you
Yeah.
now. I thought you were talking about just pants climaxing and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't do that kind of stuff, but we will talk about Satan, I guess. We're actually going to talk about Hades today a little bit.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we'll get into that here in a second. And the tie-in I did with this episode, like we said earlier, this beer is called Death Tripper. And there is a thought that these dogs, these black dogs, come from another world and actually help lead souls to where they're supposed to go. The Death Trippers, they bounce from, a lot of times it's the underworld where they're leading people. So if you see a black dog, don't follow it. It's a good rule of thumb. If you're like, damn, did I just die? And a black dog shows up, it's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I got
Yeah.
damn it. This thing is going to lead me
Yeah.
right to hell.
This ain't good.
Yeah, this is not good at all. But yeah, so they bounce back. This can, I was saying to Corey earlier, like the can art is cool. I'm just not understanding
Like it looks like a potato.
what in the microwave.
Yeah, it
Like,
blows up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just, I guess it's interesting. But yeah, that's my tie-in. The dog goes in and out of the underworld, which we'll learn about a little bit later, leading souls to their final destination. Trips to death. Corey, hit a cheerski on this beer.
Cheerski. You know what I'm saying? There's like it's like a
Well, I don't know if I got it in the taste, but I definitely got it in the smell from the beer, the
Yeah.
aroma. I can definitely see that
Yeah.
aspect of it. This beer finishes, it's really good. It finishes really different. Like I feel like when I'm drinking it, I'm expecting it to finish really bitter,
Mm-hmm.
and then it just stops.
Yeah.
It just falls right off a cliff.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. What do you think?
Ditto. I agree.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't think I have a brewski to compare this one to. It's really good though. Tired Hands is just an absolute banger of a brewery. Their beers are so
Expensive. That's why they're expensive.
They are expensive and they are delicious. Alien Church that's in my top 5, I think, for beers.
Oh yeah.
The beer is so good.
Mm-hmm.
But we can't talk too much about that because we have a lot of stuff to get into. So Corey,
Let's go.
let's go there. But before we go there, we have a couple sources we need to get into.
I thought you might say that.
I have several. Lots. I have the suffolkcoast.cu.uk. So we're going to be in England. We're going back over. I never left.
Bloody hell.
And I have discoveryuk.com, thecollector.com. That's an article on the first dog we're going to talk about. Greek mythology worldwide.com, centerofexcellence.com, Britannica.com, Fandom,
Ooh.
and Spooky Isles.
They're almost a fan of the cast.
They're getting
They're
there.
close.
Yeah, they're
close.
They're right up there with all things interesting.
Right below them.
Yep. Well, I mean, they're up there with them. They're getting there.
Yeah.
They're climbing the mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before we really get too far into just diving right into the black dogs and a couple of the legendary ones from England I'm going to get into, I wanted to really dive back into history. I've mentioned sightings of black dogs in past episodes. In the Charman episode, I talked about the black dog that was seen protecting the vampire's crypt. That's when you made the first black dog reference. That doesn't count for you.
No. I think every time you say it, I should get an extra.
Nah.
Must be my rule. I get 3 now.
Nah, I'm still belting you with a snowball if you hit 3. And again, in the Owlman, just a few episodes ago, I talked about how they were said to roam the cemeteries around where Owlman is seen. The ground that was previously known for its pagan rituals. But it got me wondering why. Why are black dogs known or feared in the eyes of most people? Because when you dig into it, black dogs have been talked about through the course of history. But not always as the Hell Hounds or the evil that we know today. They actually started as guardians, protecting us from the underworld. And the first legend, I mean, this dude is legend. Wait for it. Dairy. This dude is legendary.
Oh, I see what you did.
So the first one we're going to talk about is Cerberus. So Homer talked about him in his book in the Odyssey, which we referred to in the Cyclops episode a couple moons ago. This is a 3-headed pet of Hades himself. And some stories, dude, this dude's got 50 heads. I can't quite figure that one out. They just add heads. I even read one article that said he could have as many as 100 heads.
100
Like, what do you
heads?
mean he could just have as many as 100 heads on his body?
And is this just like a normal sized doll?
No, he big.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, he big. Tail of a serpent, and he protects the underworld. He protects the underworld from people trying to escape.
So if they escape, he sends them back down.
They don't escape, dude. They basically they run out of that cave, and he just fucking
Eats them.
just goes to town on them. Not the way you're thinking. Yeah, eats them.
But do they go back then?
Yeah, oh yeah. After they get, they get ripped to smithereens, and they have to feel it all.
Yeah.
And then they just get sent back.
Do you ever, throughout this episode, identify any types of dogs? Of like what the black dog is?
There's some thoughts. I
have some ideas of like what I'm envisioning of like a nasty ass black dog. Like I'm picturing like a couple different breeds that it could be. Like
yeah.
if I had to pick like a specific dog.
Well, like the one that gets referred to later on is usually like a Mastiff.
I was thinking like a Doberman Pinscher, like a Rottweiler, or maybe some jacked up black pit bull.
Yeah, the pit bull one is what you kind of most of the pictures depict.
Like they're the three that just kind of been.
There's like descriptions on what like especially this guy looks like, but there's no descriptions of what kind of dog he is. It just talks about his size. Most of the stories say he has 3 heads and the tail of a serpent. I also read one description that said he has like the mane of a lion,
Damn.
stuff like that. He's freaking badass.
So it's probably just I'm just rearranging my thoughts now. It's probably just like its own breed.
I would say so. Yeah,
it's just like its own breed.
Yeah, because he's absolutely enormous.
Yeah,
he's big. And what he has a claim to fame. His claim to fame is he went toe to toe with Hercules.
Ooh.
See, Hercules had to pass the 12 trials to basically get out of debt of the king and become a god. So the last trial, because Hercules is basically, he's just running right through all these things. Bang, 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 bang. The last one the king gave him is, I want you to go down to hell, to the underworld, because hell is like a Christian term for it. So early on, we're going to be talking about the underworld. Go down there and bring me back Cerberus. Bring him back to me. So Hercules battles his way through hell, and he eventually comes face to face with Hades. And Hades says to him that he's my pet. And Hades loves this dog.
Yeah, I bet.
Like, he loves him. Like, this is his guy, But he said, Hercules, you can take him on. And if you win, you can take him up with you. But you're not allowed to use any weapons when you do it. So Hercules says, yeah, that sounds great. And long story short, he ends up winning that battle, taking him up. And they said when the dog comes, because he takes him alive, which is crazy to me, takes him alive. When he comes out of the cave from the underworld, the sunlight hits the dog. This dog's never seen sunlight, ever. All 3 heads just puke. And as soon as they hit the ground, poisonous bushes grow from the puke.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's just weird. And then Hercules eventually takes him to the king. When the king sees him walking up with this dog, he shits his pants and runs.
I bet.
He just runs.
Yeah,
he said, get him out of here. I don't want to actually see him.
Like, did he think this was this his plan to get rid of Hercules?
Yes, he wanted to kill him because Hercules was in debt to him, and he basically had 12 favors. So he had him go kill and destroy all these 11 monsters up till this one. And then he gave him the king of the king, basically.
He's like, this will get rid of him.
Exactly, yeah. And it did not work. No. So that is the first, I would say, depiction of a black dog and the underworld. I know it's not quite what we think of when we think of the black dogs that run around cemeteries and stuff, but we kind of get this history and stuff in our head a little bit. And then that was Greek mythology. Then you go to Norse mythology, and that's where we get to the Garmer. And this thing is said to play a huge role in Ragnarok. Remember Thor Ragnarok?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, it's a real thing. In Scandinavian myth, it's basically known as the end of the world. This is where the gods and the demons of the underworld go toe-to-toe. Just on our world, they just battle out. They destroy our entire world, and it is what it is. And Garmer is guarding a major cave, much like we just talked about the last dog. As the battle got closer, this dude just got amped. Like, the boxers or the football players that you see them start pacing around the locker room and they can't even control themselves because they just want to get out there and rip somebody's face off. That was this dude down in the underworld.
I'm just thinking like Ray Lewis.
Yeah, they said as it got closer, he just started howling because he just wanted to be let loose. And they didn't want to let him loose because he was a beast.
Yeah.
And eventually he just busted himself loose. He couldn't take it anymore. He had to join the war. And when he went up there, he went toe-to-toe with Tyr, who is the god of war and justice. Toe-to-toe with him. So to me, the god of war and justice is the most badass one you can go face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like if I'm going to go take a god on, I'm taking on the one that
is used to
battle.
Battling,
yeah, battle. Who do you think won that battle?
The dog.
Well, that's a trick question. They actually both died.
Oh,
yeah. But he still got him. He
Yeah.
killed him. And it's very symbolic in Norse mythology because at this point, gods never really died, let alone the god of war die. This was a thing that the underworld and could kill and slay a god. That's why it was so big in that mythology, which I thought that was really, really neat.
Huh.
But again, big black dog, angry. I just picture him just down there, just losing his freaking mind because he just
this
needs to
guy
go
only
rip
have one
faces.
head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just one head. He didn't need three.
No.
Dude, if he would have had three,
Oh yeah.
he'd just been freaking
Yeah.
chomping faces and dicks at the same time, ripping
Yeah.
them off. He didn't care.
No, you can give no shits. Damn. You're not gonna battle all these dogs off in the end, are you? And see which ones reign supreme.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
But
You thought about it.
it's him.
Yeah.
I mean, he beat a god.
It's him.
The other guy couldn't beat Hercules. This dude beat
Yeah.
the god of war and
Do
justice.
you think he would beat Hercules?
Do I think he would beat Hercules? I don't think he would beat Hercules because realistically, if they were getting in like a true battle, Hercules is going to have weapons.
Yeah.
That's why I don't think Cerberus could beat this guy because he couldn't beat Hercules when Hercules didn't have weapons.
Yeah.
I think it would be mano-y-mano if he didn't have weapons against this one. I don't know. That'd be a good battle.
Yeah.
So the last one we're going to go in is going to be in Welsh folklore, and it talks about the Cunan. And the Cunan was the legendary hounds of Arwen. And Arwen is essentially Hades, but in Welsh folklore. But these dogs weren't black. They're actually white.
Ooh.
And they weren't known as protectors. You know, the last two were known as protectors. I guess in a way they protected us from the underworld, but more or less they protected the underworld from being able to escape. These ones weren't known as protectors, though. They were known as symbols of death. They would lead souls to the underworld.
Symbols of death, and they're white. Like, because you think, like, a lot of times with
Yeah,
death, you think of
that's
the
true.
color black.
Yeah, for sure.
Damn.
Makes them scarier.
Maybe
in a
they're
way.
albino.
Could be. Albino. But again, these were creatures that were pets of an underworld lord. And when Arwen leaves hell, these beasts lead his way. These are kind of like his protectors when he goes out of hell, which makes me think that maybe when he leaves hell, he's vulnerable.
So
hell,
they're like
underworld, whatever.
They're like the infantry. They're the first ones.
Yeah,
like,
they lead the way. Yep. Yeah. And there's not really a number on how many of them there are.
So I feel like there's a lot.
To me, there's a little. They're just so badass. I don't know. I could see it both ways.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I could see it both ways, too.
Yeah. We see that dating all the way back to ancient times, dogs were always a symbol of the underworld. But the difference here compared to how many are looked at today is that these creatures were protectors in a way, guards of hell that worked not to bring souls in, but to protect us from the demons and the creatures that would come out of the underworld. Even guiding souls when they need it so they don't get stuck in limbo. But along the way, they went from being protectors to more of an ominous symbol. From guards to monsters. With that transition is, through course of history, is the introduction of Christianity to a lot of these areas. With the death of the old gods and with the growth of Christianity, black dogs started to be a symbol of hell. Pagans at the time had the belief in dogs, usually black dogs, tied to being spirit hounds, which we talked about earlier. But Christians had a strict belief system. See, Christians' belief system believed in heaven and hell, so there was no underworld like we talked about. They believed in the devil, which would replace Hades that we talked about earlier. They believed in demons and that death was an eternal hell. All the things that didn't line up with the church's beliefs were, quote-unquote, demonic, witchcraft, or tricks from Satan. Now, instead of the belief that black hounds will guide you to the afterlife, it looks more like these hounds are going to drag you to hell for eternity. They want to make these animals feared rather than looked at as, I don't know, you kind of looked at the other ones that are badass, you know?
Yeah.
And to get into the witchcraft side of things, a little more, the era of witchcraft peaked around the 14 to 1600s. Well, maybe the witches didn't peak, but the idea of witch hunting did. And again, black dogs got lumped right into that. I think today we think of black cats as a sidekick of witches, but back then, anything dark and ominous was right there too. Peak demons and animals, dogs. And I think of the movie, it's like the witch, but that starts with like the VV witch. There's Black Phillip, he's this black goat, and he's essentially Satan in the form of a black goat. And the idea of shape-shifting creatures, like think of Dracula, dark creatures, bats, stuff like that. Always ominous. Black goats associated in that movie, The Witch, bats to Dracula. And there are documents of trials at the time stating witnesses' reports saying black dog was seen suckling on a witch's mark.
Is that her tit?
A witch's mark is a scar, a mole, a birthmark. It could even be a sunspot. Pretty much any kind of like little imperfection in your skin is a witch's mark.
I think it's her nip.
It's not, though.
I think so, though.
Okay,
it might
that's
not
fine.
be, but
That's fine. I like how it's like it's totally not, but to me it is.
to me it
so
is. So
let's move on.
yeah,
All the accused witches were seen with their demonic companions, and this is the best. The black dogs having an invisible spirit that follows them. So there's this belief that if you see a black dog, there is an invisible spirit that follows the black dog. So the black dog's evil. Even though he's just out like just eating, gnawing on a bone, but it's you see he's black. You know that son of a bitch got a spirit behind him.
Shit.
And it got me thinking that, there's a lot of cultures over in Asia where they eat dogs. They won't eat black dogs though.
Really?
Yeah, they're known as they are like forbidden to eat for some reason.
So if you live in Asia and you want to have a dog as a pet,
Dalmatians. That way you can just cut around the bad spots.
well, yeah, but I'm saying if you want to
yeah,
you want to have a pet that doesn't have to get eaten.
Yes.
You want a black dog.
That's right.
Yeah.
Or a Dalmatian. Just in case something does happen, you got a little spot
You
to
think
eat.
there's any like reverse Dalmatians out there?
Probably.
Like where it's a black dog with white spots?
That's an albino.
An albino.
An
Yeah.
albino Dalmatian goes like
I
that.
haven't seen any of them.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
It wasn't just the witches that got everyone worked up. It was the former pagan sites, which we talked about in the Owlman episodes. Specifically, crossroads. And these are, think of them as the crossroads between life and death, good versus evil, or honestly, just like real life crossroads are kind of, a bridge is an example of a crossroad. A lot of times black dogs are seen on bridges, and that makes it ominous because I guess it's a symbolic thing. I don't know. But the beliefs that demons were in the graveyards where the unbaptized were buried. There's a belief that back then it was really bad to bury babies that would pass away from, stillborns or stuff like that because those babies were never baptized. So a lot of times there's association with evil and demons towards, not necessarily in a bad way towards these children, but that was kind of the thought of evil is going to come from this child dying.
What do you think they build their army then of babies?
You would think.
That's what I would think.
They can't walk, though.
Yeah, but they could ride on top of them or something.
There you go.
That's what
Wear
I'm-
them as hats.
Wear them as hats.
Yikes.
Yeah. Ooh. Or shoes.
But yeah, so a lot of times these unbaptized, and there were people in the community that were also unbaptized. A lot of them would be the people that, quote unquote, did witchcraft or pagan rituals and stuff like that. But the babies would be put in land marked as impure. And a lot of time they would bury the infants at night because they would say, more or less, the demons would be able to see that you're doing it in the daylight. So they could see that this is happening. So then they would be able to come get them. But if you do it at night, they can't see.
I think it'd be reversed.
Well, yeah, you do. I'm not saying the logic is there. I'm saying the logic they used.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But all these places were common lurking places where people supposedly would see black hounds. And churches are obviously a crossroad because you have holy ground with a buried past, things like that. And usually a lot of the churches were connected to cemeteries too. So a lot of times these dogs were seen at churches. So even besides bridges, cemeteries, churches, even just dark roads at night, dark woods, pretty much anything dark, anywhere that your mind could play tricks on you, that was a place where quote unquote demons could rest.
Black dongs.
Black dongs. There's one. Dude, that was a waste.
How is it a waste?
Oh, okay.
Where demons can rest?
Black dongs.
I don't know.
There you go. All right, that's one. Let me mark that down here. Okay. I'm one more closer to hitting Corey in the square in the head with a snowball.
It'd be a good reel.
Yeah, it really would. So this would be reinforcing the belief that in dark places are God's domain, but the devil and the demons can hide in the shadows. But no matter how hard people tried to make these dogs evil, folklore still spread about protectors. So today, let's get into two sides of dogs, the good versus the evil. Plus, I have a absolute fire third dog. I'm going to bring to you, and it is freaking epic. Probably, it's my favorite one out of the three stories, and the first story is pretty good. So,
favorite dog.
It's because at the end of the day, Christianity didn't create the black dog. It just changed the way we thought about it. But before we get into that, we are going to get ourselves into a beer break.
Beer break. Whoop.
All right, we're back from beer break, and we have the first of three black dogs I'm fixing to bring you today.
He likes them black dogs.
Black dogs, that's right. So the first legendary dog that we'll get into is the Black Shuck. This is located in a small town north of London with a small population of about 5,000. But we can't get into the lore of the Black Shuck without getting into the original haunted story of this evil son of a gun. And that takes us all the way back to 1577.
Let's go there.
Okay. I'll take you there. According to legend, on August 4th of that year, a dreary Sunday morning, the beast made its presence known in a way that would shape and build the legacy of this fire-eyed beast. Lore says that in Blytheburg, during the church service at Holy Trinity Church, there was a nasty thunderstorm. During that thunderstorm, the creature stormed the church. As the crack of lightning hit, the large wooden doors flew open. Before anyone could react, there was a large black beast, some say the size of a calf or even a horse, running straight down the center of the church. People were grabbing their children as the creature snapped and growled all the way along the aisle. He said to grab a hold of a man and a boy and just mauled them both to death in a matter of seconds. The congregation thought the creature wasn't going to leave until it mauled everyone in there. But just then, another large crack of lightning hit, striking right on top of the church, causing the steeple to start crashing down. People taking cover, sprinting out, opening doors before they could get lost in the rubble of falling stone and brick. And as they're running, some say they saw the creature escape out the front of the church, leaving the rest of the congregation safe as they exited what was left. As everyone got their bearings, they looked at the door that the Shuck had burst through. That's when they saw it. Scorched marks on the door. Marks said to look like claws or fingers that pushed open the door. You can still see those claw and fingers today, known as the devil's fingerprint. But that's not it. No, the creature continued its mauling abuse. It ran to the church located in Bungay and crashed through the door, mauling people inside the building before turning and retreating where it had come from. All this happened in one morning, and the crazy part about it, besides everything, was the towns were 13 miles apart, meaning the beast can freaking move.
He's fast.
He is fast. So what do you think of that so far?
I like it. I just want to know where he came from.
The woods.
Yeah.
From the front door, dude. You can still see the devil's fingerprints on it.
Yeah, but where from the woods?
Fingerprints.
Came out of a portal.
Fingerprints. Could be a thin spot. Talked about that in the Owlman episode. I'm starting to really like thin spots. Might be my jam.
Hey, we're gonna talk about that in the time slip episode too.
I love a good thin spot. That's love me a good. I don't. Part of me thinks that sounds dirty to like a thin spot.
I like a thick spot. Does that sound dirty?
That definitely sounds dirty.
Well, what's the difference?
That's dirty and mine's normal.
I don't know.
Mine's thin and yours thick, like a pineapple and a pear compared side by side.
They still touch. Go ahead.
No. I think you need to explain yourself there. So, what are your thoughts on that church? Do you have any other thoughts besides where'd he come from?
So he busted through this church, and you said he took down like a child,
a man and a child. Yeah, just mauled him in a matter of seconds.
So was he like on a mission for a specific adult and child, or was it just he kind of came in and they were the first person?
It seemed like he was going to grab anybody.
Yeah, and they were just the easiest.
They're the ones he got to.
Yeah,
that's what it seems like. I mean, we're 1577, so we're going back a little bit.
Records, we don't know records,
but they don't lie.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like it. Not I like it, but I like the story. But I guess I'm just trying to figure out, like, was he specifically targeting these people? Was it just, why was he there?
Well, so one of my theories is, and it goes with the thin spot theory, is that he was never supposed to obviously be in. He's not a protector or a watcher or anything like the Owlman was. This was a creature that came out of a thin spot that was never supposed to be in our world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just went crazy, savage. Ravaged.
Maybe this creature was in its own wherever dimension, going after prey or something there,
and just
in
just
ours,
flipped.
and
just that's when he busted through the church
door.
I
don't know.
Yeah, it could have been. He could have just been fearful. You know what I mean? I really don't know.
Yeah.
But the Shuck is still said to be seen today on dark roads or lonely cemeteries. But isn't
that a piece of beef? The Shuck?
That's the chuck.
Okay.
Yeah. Or the shank.
Yeah.
Those two.
I was thinking the chuck, it rhymes.
Shuck. Yeah. All things that rhyme are pieces of beef.
Yeah. It sounded close.
Yeah. Oh, man. Don't forget. I know we have Corey here, but don't forget to get your jory cut of the backstrap. It's the most tender part of it.
Most expensive, too, yo. You get that hold on a second. The surplus outlet. Nobody buys that shit. You get it for cheap.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
The gory.
The gory.
The gory.
It's pretty bloody.
There's never a sighting that really matched the first. So it makes me wonder a bit if the dogs seen today are more closer to our time or even the same thing as the Shuck, because none of them really match the original description. So the size I said earlier, which the size of a calf or a horse, and this thing was also said to have flaming eyes.
Ooh, you didn't tell me that before.
Yeah, save that one for you.
Yeah.
And this is good. Some say that they only remember seeing one eye, which makes me laugh because maybe they were just on one side of him.
Yeah.
But
or he has one eye closed.
Well, yeah. But they said he could be part Cyclops.
Ooh, so they had one eye like right in the middle.
Well, they only saw one eye. It could easily just had an eye closed. Flaming eyes, one eye closed.
Or just one eye in the middle. Like
it could be one eye in the middle, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You changed this whole thing now on me.
To me, like, thinking of this creature storming in a church 6,000 miles per hour and being like, he only had one eyeball. It's like, well, I don't know if that's really what when you're like running for your life, were you looking to see his eyes, what they look like?
Hey, maybe he came through the tear in the dimensions and he was just in like 1D.
Is that what it was? He's just flat.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
He's just flat.
Yeah.
He's like Doodle Bob running through there.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Hey, it could be. But this area that the creature was seen at has really embraced the lore. They have a Black Dog Marathon, and after that, you can go have a shot at the Black Dog Distillery and head down to watch a match at the local football club, the Black Dogs. So they really have a theme going in this town.
And hey, if you go down a little further downtown, you can see the Black Dongs wrestle.
The Black Dongs wrestle. He's out, folks. That's two. And dude, we have two more stories.
Shit.
Damn. All right. Better get my hand ready for that snow. I should start packing that snowball so it's like just solid ice when it hits you in the forehead.
You just get one all nice.
Because it's happening for sure.
It is. Just because I'm drinking these beers. I'm just
Oh,
gonna,
yeah.
I'm just gonna let them slip.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get whaled with like 15 snowballs.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to I have to get a pen to start keeping track.
You're gonna have to go out and fill this bucket up again with
Yeah.
snow.
So that was kind of the black shuck, but there is a question, and I think you kind of alluded to it. Was the shuck sent from Hades or from Satan? Because I just think it's so interesting that it stormed a church. So this thing literally, like, this is your mission. Go there. These people preach Christianity. Go in there. Make yourself known to make my presence known.
It's interesting too that it was like this specific church. You know what I mean? Like, how many other churches
Right.
were around this area? Like, why was it this specific one that this home bitch was sent to? If that was the case,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, and I guess that kind of goes a little bit to my thin spot theory. Was this reason he was sent to this church because it was the closest one to a thin spot? I don't know.
Or they just looked at the map down there and just like, all right, here's all the churches. Eeny, meeny, miny. Yep, here you go.
That's it. We got him.
Get them.
It could be. Yeah, I really don't know. But so we're gonna kind of take a step away from the evil, and we're gonna get into a good boy.
Ooh,
we'll call him a good boy.
Okay.
This is Harry Jack.
Harry Jack.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So you could have saved your dong for
I know.
a hairy black dong right here.
I was biting my tongue.
Dang
off.
it, you missed it.
I know.
All right.
You could still say it for me.
No, I won't do that.
You could.
Yeah, but I won't.
I'm saying.
I'm presenting, so I got to take this
if you wanted
super
to be
serious.
a nice friend, you could.
Let's keep this super
Can
serious.
you do at least once? It just make me happy. Can you accidentally say it instead of black dog?
It's inevitable. It's going to happen. Totally on accident. So I'm not going to promise that to you because it's just going to happen. So we're going to talk about Harry Jack. Now, we know the Shuck was a beast that seemed like pure evil, but there's also a beast running around the countryside that, well, let's just get into Harry Jack.
Some bitch was hairy.
He
I can
was
relate.
hairy.
I can relate, Harry Jack. So whatever you're going through, I'm probably going through the same thing.
Yeah.
So
roaming the countryside of Lincolnshire. Yeah. Ooh. There was a local myth of a creature that had frightened townsfolk for years. Now, I know I talked earlier about an evil dog and a good one, and this guy doesn't quite sound like he is a good boy right now. But this dog was known for locking eyes with townfolk and making them drop to a knee, and they would just start quivering because they'd freeze into place. So there's nothing so far that makes him seem like a friendly.
this is a
little
black
boy.
dog too.
Black dog. Dude,
Okay.
they're all over England.
Really? Like black
all
dogs?
over England. These black dog creatures.
I was gonna say like I rarely see black. Like my mom has 2 of them, so I was gonna say like I never see black.
I was gonna
dogs.
say, you sure about that?
Yeah. I see them all the time.
So this creature was known as evil, but that was till Ethel Rudkins, the author of an essay
Ooh,
titled.
mm,
Go ahead.
she sounds hot.
Yeah, I actually had a spot for a pause, and I just read right through it because I know she sounded hot.
Ethel.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, because
Ethel.
what year are we in right now?
Who cares, dude? Ethel's freaking hot all the time.
Well, I'm thinking like nowadays.
This was like the 1930s, I think.
Absolutely hot. But
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
thinking like if somebody's named Ethel nowadays, like
She
they're like
was-
90, but that
Yeah.
would make sense.
She wears your
because-
grandma's clothes.
No, that wouldn't make
she
sense.
looks incredible.
Because if 90, she would have been like just born. But I'm thinking
Close
like
enough.
yeah, back then Ethel
She's
though.
Ethel the second could be your grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't understand how grandmas and shit work, but
no, I don't know grandmas.
yeah. But she wrote an essay titled. Wait for this, because
Oh.
the title of this essay makes you know that she knows what she's talking about.
Okay.
It's titled Folklore.
Oh shit. Yeah, like
So obviously she knows a thing or two about folklore. She studied this creature and the sightings for a number of years. Most of the sightings were between Lincoln Cliff and the River Trent. She spent her time following up and studying the sightings of the creature. That wasn't until she came face to face with the beast. Locking
Barack
eyes.
Lesnar.
Not feeling good, but realizing that the dog just used this as a defense mechanism. This led her to realize that Jack wasn't angry, but a guardian or a spiritual protector. And this leads us back to the beginning when we talked about it, that the dogs are there to guard. This is more into the pagan belief of the creature. Even to this day, it seems like this dude just walks around the countryside, just trying to protect those who wander. And from wondering where maybe they shouldn't wander. So what do you... That's basically all Harry... That's what I got for Harry Jack.
Dude, I'm just picturing, like, one of them big-ass, like, sheepdogs.
And I think it's because I read some of this stuff, but I just always picture, like, a big mastiff just running around, slobber hanging out.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, like, a big sheepdog.
Could be a big sheep. Well, yeah, Harry Jack. That makes total sense.
Like, just see it, like, maybe just see the eyes, but, like, everything else is
not even the eyes. You know how there's those ones where you don't even know how
you can see, like, its mouth.
Yeah. You don't even know. You see the tongue sticking out. You don't even know how they see, but yet they navigate life just perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. That's this guy.
But no, a mastiff. Yeah, I could see that.
But no, I think you're right. Big sheepdog.
That's with a mastiff. Like, I have a Saint Bernard, and actually, that's how they bred a Saint Bernard and a mastiff to get the, I want to say, short-haired Saint Bernard or something like that.
Okay.
They bred them together, and that's how they got the one
Makes
Saint
sense.
Bernard. Yeah, because they both big son of bitches.
They're big sons.
Which
of
actually,
bitches.
my Saint Bernard right now, he's got this big ass like bubble on his asshole, and
that's absolutely disgusting.
I know, dude. It's gross. Like, it just.
Why are you telling me this?
I don't know.
I don't know what to do with this information.
Well, so I'm thinking like this dog.
Did he eat some bubble gum?
No, but I'm thinking like in your story you're going over.
Did you flick it?
No, I didn't flick it. This dog stares at people, right? Well, that's like my dog's bubble.
Butt stares at you.
It stares at you.
Dude, you gotta flick it.
I'm not touching it.
Flick it.
I'll lick it. I'm not flicking it. But my wife took him to the vet the other day, and basically they said it was because of testosterone. And they said because he's not like bleeding, he's not having any pain or anything like that, like he's fine.
Dude, don't you think vets are just full of shit sometimes?
Yeah,
though?
dude. I feel like that's something I would say.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, he's pumped full of testosterone, so that's why it'll cause him a lot of times to just leave a discharge of semen on all your furniture after he's done humping it, but that's totally normal. Like, what the fuck is that? He has testosterone? So he has bubble ass?
But they said like if it starts bleeding or like causing discomfort that they'll have to like cut it off and then neuter him because he's not neutered.
God, I never want to see. I am never going to go upstairs and see
dude,
your dog's butthole.
You gotta see it, dude. It's
I've absolutely. I have. There is negative desire for me to see a bubble on his asshole.
I'm just gonna take a picture of it sometime and just like randomly send it to you.
I'll flick my phone. That's what you should be doing. Flick it.
Dude, I'm not touching that thing.
Flick it. It's not even.
Dude,
that doesn't even count. Dude, when you
good.
flick something, your finger goes off of it so fast. It's like you don't even touch it.
You're right. It's like
I'm not asking you to like touch it and that's all you gotta do.
Yeah, but did you ever try to flick a booger? It gets stuck on there.
Dude, So I have a technique to get rid of my boogers, and I'm hoping my wife doesn't hear this because she will be angry. Long story short, I'll get it. I
had a booger wall when I was young.
I had a booger bed.
I had a wall.
Yeah, so same thing.
Hey.
Pretty much. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So my wife found I put all my boogers behind my headboard. And the one day...
Wait, I did this when I was like 5 or 6, though. How old are we talking?
Yikes, I was like 15 or 16. Okay. This is not good. One day we were like, she was just laying in my bed and she reached up and she goes, "What are all these?" You know, she ran her finger across and there's just all these crusties falling down.
They're all just falling on the ground.
Yeah. That's my booger collection.
Okay.
I have techniques now to get rid of them that she doesn't know about. And I'm not going to give them all away on the cast in case she ever decides to listen, which I highly doubt will happen.
Well, you can cut it out.
I can cut it out. Wink. I won't because you know how I am.
Yeah.
This is one of my techniques. I put it behind my knee like that. And then it's just on my pants.
I put it on the bottom of my shoes.
Shoes is a good one,
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Or sometimes my socks or my underwear.
You know what my son does?
He eats them.
He does eat them. And he gets mad when you tell him he can't eat his boogers. Mad. Middle son, like middle kid, you know, which is, I'm sure that's who you pictured as the booger eater.
I did.
Guaranteed, yeah. Yeah, dude, yeah. We got, all right.
All right.
So that's Harry Jack.
That's the booger.
And Harry Jack is More of the good, the protector, and stuff like that.
The sheepdog.
The sheepdog. And I was just going to leave it at those two until I read this story.
This is your favorite.
This is my freaking favorite. So honestly, it's a bit boring compared to the Shuck when we talk about Harry Jack. There's no death, there's no craziness. But we get into this story. See, these dogs are seen all over England, going by different names, slightly different stories, but they're, for the most part, they're really similar. England is full of these black dogs, like I told you earlier. This one stands alone as slightly different. So here's your third. We're going to Newgate, where Newgate was a notorious prison located in London. Thieves, robbers, and all in between will be sent there. And there was a lot of people through the years that went through here. This place was open for 714 years.
Holy shit.
And over the years, the prison became famous for not quite having enough food. And one year, during one of the most intense periods of starvation for the inmates, they became so desperate, they were like wild animals. There was a new prisoner brought in, small and skinny, looked more like a bookworm than a criminal. The men at the prison could tell that this dude was never going to be able to fight back. So that night they decided that they were done being hungry. They were going to get something in their stomach. Something to make them feel just the least bit full. So they attacked the new prisoner, ripping him apart limb by limb, eating any meat they could get their hands on, picking at every bone he had. They felt it, a sense of comfort, because it had been weeks since they ate. There was guilt, of course, but at the end of the day, they didn't care. He was weak, and they were hungry. But see, the problem was no one bothered to ask what he was in there for. But it wasn't long until they found out. The following night, as the prison grew dark, a faint howl could be heard.
This motherfucker killed the, hound of hell or something, right?
And as the darkness I knew you were going to make a guess. When I was writing this, I was like, right at this, dude, I knew this is
the same part?
The same exact part. The same exact part is like, Corey's going to make a guess right here, and I'm just going to read through it because he's going to be so far off. I knew it. I don't know why I knew it, but I just knew it.
Yes. Peanut butter jelly.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And as the darkness and shadows grew, the growls and the howls started to get louder and closer. The prisoners all huddled together in the center of the prison. And as it got totally dark, the shadows were no longer shadows. They were just night. The black dog came charging out of the shadow. The beast tore apart every man that had even an ounce of flesh the day before. Torn, eaten, and left in a pile of blood. The black dog of Newgate took revenge for the man torn to pieces. Oh, and that man's accusation? Witchcraft and devil worshipping.
Ooh.
This dude had a connection with the devil himself, and he came back and he revenged his death in the form of a black dog.
Black what?
Black dog. Dog. That's
I
right.
just wanted to see if you'd say it.
No way. I freaking nailed it.
You did.
That dude, I just thought that story was crazy. This dude
That
gets
is.
eaten alive in prison, and he brings his inner dog.
So that son of a bitch came back and destroyed every person that ate an ounce of this guy.
Either he came back or a spirit,
Yeah.
a revenge from
Something.
him. Yes, that was insane. I just thought that story was so cool.
That is pretty.
I almost skipped
goddamn
over
cool.
that story when I was reading the article. It's like, oh, well, I don't need to know about Newgate. That's a lesson to you guys, because everybody is like me. You get on a website and you're reading, and it's just like, I don't need to read this piece. This piece is irrelevant. Bullshit. You can read about a dude eating. A dude get eaten and then come back and eat peoples. That's what happens. I read that on Facebook once. That shit happens, dude. People get eaten all the time.
By people.
And then they eat people.
And more people. But do you ever see the crazy diseases and stuff like that can happen to your brain for hate?
Yeah, and your shit gets screwed up.
And you get all kinds of shit on your face, sores and stuff, and
your poo though gets messed up.
yeah, it's probably the worst.
That's probably worse than any sore I'm gonna get on my face.
Yeah.
Constipation?
Ooh.
And you know when you get constipation and you finally pop one out, what comes next? A hemorrhoid.
Yeah. Constipation, no bleeding. Don't give a fuck if I shit my butt.
Hemorrhoid.
Hemorrhoid.
It just seemed right to go there, didn't it?
Hemorrhoid.
Hemorrhoid. Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are the 3 stories I have about. And like I said to you earlier, there are so many stories about black dogs. It's kind of crazy. Like they are just huge in England.
What about, so back in like ancient Egypt, it was like cats, right? Like black cats. Wasn't it like the same?
I don't know if it was black cats. It was more like I don't know. Egypt's really weird.
Wasn't it like, weren't cats like the protectors of
cats
like
were the protectors, yeah.
of like the underworld, right?
I don't necessarily know. They were like a pet of God, more or less. You know what I mean? So they were looked at as pets right from God. So they were worshipped just as well as a god would be worshipped.
Yeah.
And there is some theory. I'm going to get into a couple theories. There is one theory that I think is really, really interesting that I can kind of get behind a little bit.
About the whole thing with like black dogs and the underworld and shit. Yeah.
Just the black dogs and the fear and why they're so predominant in England. So the obvious theory, and I'm not going to get into too much of this one because it freaking blows. Misidentification. Yeah.
Skip next.
Thank you.
You guys ever watched that show?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Look at
Next. Yeah. I just hate. I don't know. Misidentification is just such a scapegoat of a theory. I didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah. It's next.
So there is the theory about with the black shuck with the lightning striking the church. Just picture the lightning striking the church and just the total panic that happened there. Could it just be that through all that panic and the shadows and everybody running and people dying that they just imagined in their head that something happened? Plus you put on top of it. Sorry, I mean
No.
Plus you put on top of it in the 1500s, you're in a church, you're fighting paganism, and something bad happens. It's got to be a hellhound. Black dogs are known to be seen in this area. It's got to be a hellhound.
Yeah. I was just thinking what you said with like the shadows and everything happening like at this church. Like the steeple probably came through and just fucking decapitated this guy and this kid.
It could have easily
and
done
like, like everybody's freaking out at this point because the place is already collapsing. And then I don't know. Somebody was like, "Oh, it's the black dog."
Exactly. Yeah. Hellhounds are attacking us.
Yeah.
The pagans have sent their evil animals.
Yeah,
more or less. That's kind of what. That's kind of what I think too. So this is a really interesting theory. So many people blame the continuation of the black dog folklore on smugglers in the area.
Smugglers.
So many of the black dogs are seen on coast and coastal towns, which would be areas that smugglers would be smuggling drugs and other things to and from London using the coastline. They would use the lore, obviously, to keep people away so people didn't investigate, go down there late at night, whatever. But also, the smugglers a lot of times are known for using guard dogs to watch them as they travel. So a lot of times they send their dogs out front. So it works good. We keep this folklore up.
Yeah.
We send our dogs, people run. That's pretty much.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's pretty smart.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty interesting.
I mean, they're probably even loading up these dogs like with drugs to smuggle them,
like in their butts.
Yeah,
there we go.
Just packed on top of them, but I guess.
That makes more sense.
I guess they could be in their butts.
Well,
too.
I just thought in case the dogs got caught.
Yeah.
Be in their butt then.
Yeah.
And they ain't no snitch.
Nah, I ain't no bitch either.
Yeah. And then the other one of the biggest, I would say, theories are that we're on pagan land, and we talked about it in the Owlman episode. We're talking about land that has pagan rituals on it, but is also closely guarded by possible guardians of the other world. Could these just be the form that the guardians take when they come into our world to try and run the people off, run the people that ran the pagans off, whatever, more or less?
So they took the form of a dog?
They took the form of a dog. They took the form of the Owlman to watch. Do they take the form of the dog to guard? I don't know. It's I don't know. It's weird. It's interesting. I kind of lean towards, and I talked about it earlier, like more of a thin spot. I think a thin spot could go with the pagan and land spirit and stuff like that. I'm excited. You said you're going to get into thin spots.
A little bit.
A little bit. So I might have to dive into thin spots like a lot of bit.
Yeah, like
I like 'em.
it's mentioned a little bit in like time slips.
Okay. Which, spoiler alert, is that coming next week?
Yeah.
Time slips are coming next week. So, but yeah. So over time, I can see that dogs would be thought of as good and bad. Today, people are either dog people or not.
We've talked about this before.
Yeah. So some people love dogs. Some people are afraid of dogs. It's just all in perspective. And
some people bang dogs, you know.
They do, yeah. And they get paid good money to do it.
They do, and yeah.
So I lean more towards them being a guardian for us, guarding places against things that we aren't meant or honestly we can't physically handle. That's what I think the dogs are here for. So with that, Corey, listen, we did 3 dogs. I kind of want to do a folklore score on the Newgate dog, the one at the prison.
Or you just want to do like just a black dog in general.
We could do the black dog in general.
Just like in general, black dog, and it just kind of takes all of them into consideration. And
I like it. All right, so we're going to folklore score the black dogs.
Dog.
Go ahead, say it. Gosh, I want to wear one right on your forehead, dude. Just say it.
I want you to say it.
Nah, man. All right, we're going to folklore score black dogs.
All right, we're back with that folklore score.
Corey, what's a folklore score?
Oh, you guys don't know what the folklore score is? Well, I'm going to tell you real quick. Folklore score, Mike and I, we go over the categories: spookiness, historical cultural significance, believability, uniqueness, and threat level. We score each of them out of 10, add our scores together.
Fuse them together?
Smush them together.
Oh.
So that we have a combined score out of 100. And then that gives us our...
Dude, you get out of breath when you do that too? That's a lot.
Yeah.
Dude,
it's a lot.
I get so lightheaded whenever... That's why I wanted you to do it today.
Yeah. So we combine our scores together to get our total score out of 100. And that gives us our folklore score tier. Right now, our champ is the Bell Witch, sitting at
79.
79. And I don't know, Mike and I were just talking about this. I don't know who's going to beat that bitch.
This is a good challenge, listener out there. If you have a topic that you legitimately think can take on the Bell Witch, send it in to us, and we will do an episode on it. Because, man, we have a hard time seeing something that's going to take her down. I don't know. She's kind of beast mode up there right now.
Yeah.
I wish she would have hit 80 just to have an 80.
I know.
Let's rescore it. She's 80.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Okay.
But if somebody else gets 80, we'll bump her back down to 79.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
All right. So, I guess, what do you got?
I have a 24.
23.
23. So we're kicking it close.
Yeah.
So we'll go down through our scores here quick. That puts us at, what, a 47?
Yep.
Which is our first 40 we've ever had here on the cast.
Oh, you fucker.
So if you didn't know, this is a mild myth, guys. I'm not going to read through the whole thing, but it's our first mild myth we ever had here on the cast. Most of the time, we bring bangers. 40s is not great. All right, so we'll get into our scores. So for spookiness, I gave it a 4.
5.
We're right on par, more or less. Historical cultural significance, I gave it a 7.
I gave it a 5. Yeah.
And I only gave it a 7 just because of how big in that region with the paganism and stuff like that it really seemed to be. So it seemed like it did, with how many different dog stories there are in England, it had to have some kind of real cultural significance in that area.
Yeah.
But it's such a small part of the world too. It's weird. Believability,
I gave it a 4.
I give it a 3.
Yeah.
For uniqueness, I gave it a 6.
I gave it a 5.
Okay. And then for threat level, I gave it a 4.
A 4.
How'd you have all scores lower than mine? Did I add mine right, or did you add yours right? I feel like all your scores were lower than mine, and you had 23.
No, you had the one you had a 7, and I had like a 5 or a 4.
Is that all it was?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't know. It just seemed like our scores were a lot further off than they normally are when our scores are close. So, yeah. So that puts it at a 47, a mild myth.
Which is, this urban legend offers mild scares and minimal threat levels, providing listeners with entertaining diversions that may hint at danger but ultimately pose little risk.
That's what I'm talking about. I feel like it is pretty accurate to hit that one with it.
Yeah.
So, guys, that's another episode down. Hope you guys are enjoying what we're putting out. If you have any ideas for a topic, listen, all you have to do is hop on Spotify and go to the comments. And honestly, you can just comment whatever you want on there.
Yeah,
we'll comment back.
Yeah, I don't care what you say.
You can say whatever. We just like hearing the comments. Make sure to drop us a review because we're still giving stickers. If you give us a review, send us an email with just a screenshot. We'll send you a couple stickers in the mail.
Crackencanscast@gmail.com.
@gmail.com. We'll potentially be having new stickers coming out here soon. So,
and we're also thinking about like creating a website too.
We are thinking about creating a website. I don't know. We have a lot of things going. So if you guys have any good ideas, hit us up. You can hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube. Or you can email us at crackencanscast@gmail.com. We answer every single email, so don't hesitate to send us anything.
That's it.
That's it, man. All right. The black dong is in the done.
Yeah, it is. It's gone.
And I am Crack Dong Mike, and I'm out of here.
And I'm Black. No, I better not say that.
Just say it. Say it.
I'm Black Corey, and I'm out.
Black Corey, gosh! Almighty! I thought you were going to say Black Dong Corey. Shoot! He's BK Corey. He's out of here.
Black Knight Corey.
Black Knight Corey. That's what it is. He's the butt crack. Later.
Mike's dumb.
Corey stupid, Corey stupid, Corey stupid, Corey stupid, Corey.